Yeah,
Good.
as long as we're all learning the same thing.
Yeah, good. Maybe. I feel like it'll be easier. Like this isn't like a good example of hierarchical like teaching right now. I'm just giving a class, and I'm hoping like if you guys ever get a chance, if you guys are playing like EDW with a couple other guys, you can teach them this stuff as well without me having to be present. You get it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a good way for some tactics to spread, and then hopefully everyone's kind of on the same page more.
Yeah. And it won't be like the whole clan will learn one night. It'll be like, the squad leaders learn, and then maybe like a week from then they can schedule their teams in, and then they can, and so on and so forth. But it'll be passed on and it'll be easier to coordinate. Okay, so anyway, today there's some stuff that I want to review, but it'll be like up to you guys because it's really basic stuff. So it'll be if you guys want to do it, and that's roles and responsibilities of members in a squad and a fire team, radio etiquette and the hierarchy of radio, formations and general movement with a heavy prevalence, whatever, of dispersion, and I already did the introduction to hierarchical training. So are you guys okay with me running my suck about that stuff, or do you guys like want to skip through it? It'll probably be like, I don't know, it's pretty short, like 10 minutes.
Yeah, man, do your thing.
Yep. Okay, cool. So what do you guys know about we'll just go like around the room. Okay, so Spongy, what do you know about what are the four units in a team? The four guys, four roles.
Depends on which team you're in.
Let's say you're just in a standard team, a full team though, 4-man.
You mean like different specific roles as riflemen, CLS, things like that?
Well, let's just okay. So I can understand where some roles differ, but just give me an example of one of the teams that we use. So there's
team
like
leader,
rifleman.
AR,
Okay.
RMAT, and rifleman.
Okay, and that can also that can change. Like you can swap the
Usually it's
RMAT
like
out for a CLS.
a team leader,
like
an
that,
AR,
right?
a specialist, and then a rifleman.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, so Dag, what do you know about an AR?
AR is mainly to cover the front, to suppress targets if need be, and to be like the main engager of the force.
Okay, yeah, he's got the gun that can shoot the fastest and the farthest, as far as like the standard infantry goes, right? So he has to be sort of the focal point for that element, that team's. He has to be their base of fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's the team leader's role to maneuver that AR to where he's most effective, because his only job is to put lead down range, right? And that's where the fire team's firepower, the majority of it, comes from. Rebel, what do you know about the rifleman?
He's just the generic boots on the ground kind of guy. Does what he's told. Isn't particularly special. He could carry extra gear if need be, if told by his team leader.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's light.
yeah, so he's your go-to guy. If you have to pick, like if somebody goes down and you need to pick up their pack, rifleman can pick it up. If you need I don't know, somebody to carry something extra beside the back, rifleman can pick it up, right? Because he's got the extra space.
Or if you need somebody to stay on the gun.
There you go, exactly. If you guys are dismounting in a vehicle, you want to leave the gunner in there for a few seconds, or until you think the area is clear. Rifleman's good because he doesn't carry any special firepower that you want out on the field, right? He can stay in the gun. He's your go-to guy when you need something miscellaneous done,
So he's kind of like...
That's why the Marines call the designated rifleman ready in their fire teams, because he's ready to do anything.
Yeah,
That's
if you guys aren't familiar
terminology.
with the ditty for the 4 members of a fire team in the Marine Corps is ready, team, fire, and assist. So we don't exactly play by those rules, but it's useful to know. The assist being the assistant AR, and he carries like ammo and stuff. The other ones are pretty simple. Okay, so Haji, we covered the rifleman, the AR. What do you know about the team leader?
So team leader's job is to guide and maneuver the 4 men, including himself, of his fire team in conjunction with the rest of the squad, in order to lay down a coherent base of fire and close with and destroy the enemy. Basically, it's the smallest unit of operation.
The smallest leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Almost as if you read it from a textbook. So that part, if you guys didn't hear, in conjunction with the rest of the squad, is pivotal. When you're playing EDW and you're the fire team leader and you're by yourself, it's all good. You can act kind of crazy. But when you're a team leader as part of a larger unit, you need to always be aware that your team cannot function if it is not in mutual support of that other team. Otherwise, you're just a random, 4-man patrol that's going somewhere, right? The team leader's responsibility, among other things, is to manipulate his special weapons. So that's the AR, that's the Grenadier if it's separate from himself, which it usually isn't. That's your RMAT, that's your CLS if he has to be sent somewhere else, right? That your team leader's that lowest level chess player. I guess he plays checkers, and the other guys play chess. Okay, and Apples, what do you know about, what else do we have? The CLS, right?
CLS, RMAT.
Yeah, CLS and
Okay, yeah, so what do you know about the CLS, Apples?
Well, the CLS is the combat lifesaver. They are a step right under the medic, but they're still the go-to person in terms of if there's injury on the field. They're also, I think a pivotal part of being a CLS is working with your AR and your rifleman to make sure that there's no more contacts in the area if people have sustained injuries.
100%. So that CLS, when he's not doing medic jobs, basically what is he?
A rifleman.
A rifleman, exactly. Yeah, so he does everything that a rifleman can do, except maybe pick up other stuff, But he does everything that your standard rifleman does, and then on the off chance that somebody gets hurt, which, I mean, it's Echo, it's going to happen, then he jumps in and he saves the day, Perfect. And then, Jay, what do you know about the RMAT?
RMAT in the 4-man team, we are our only anti-armor firepower that we got. He's heavy. Usually fatigues the quickest out of the group because of the weight of that device, the Titan. Yep. But he also has thermal capability, so
yep.
I've used him for intel before. While we'll hold a position or whatnot. If it's quiet, I've had the RMAT shoulder it and have a look around with that thermal. It tends to be a bad reactionary weapon. When under attack, it's hard to get
slow.
That thing. Yeah,
and then once you got it out, it's hard to move around.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So just like the AR, it's the team leader's responsibility to make sure he's doing what he's doing. But as the RMAT, you're expected to, know how to manipulate your weapon system and also know how to position yourself. That when you fire off that weapon system, be it that Titan or that PSML or whatever the AT4 that we're going to use in the next campaign, it's your responsibility to know how to use it and how to make sure that the guys behind you, if there are any, don't get killed. You gotta. What do you do before you shoot the rocket or the missile?
Backblast.
Clear your backblast. Right, there you go. You clear your backblast. So it's stuff like that pertaining to your weapon system that you got to know. Just like the AR, I guess. AR's got to know? I don't know. Not to make sure people don't step in front of them or something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Earplugs. That's good.
Yeah, earplugs. AR's got field of fire. Make sure no one's in front of you because you're likely just hosing people. The AR's barrel is not as exact as the rifleman's barrel, so you're not going to shoot as accurately. And rate of fire. If you start putting down too many rounds, the barrel will heat up and changes ballistics.
Well, not only the heating of the barrel.
Jams.
Yeah, not only the heating of the barrel, which you got to watch out for, but I personally have never seen, I've never seen an AR put down so much firepower in Arma that he had to change the barrel, in Arma 3 at least. But what you have to watch out for is being that base of fire for your unit, your team, you have to make sure that you're not expending your ammo too fast or too slow. Because a reload at the wrong time as an AR is going to put your team down, however many men your firepower is worth. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be... Yeah, go ahead.
Also, if you are reloading and you're in the middle of suppressing somebody, then the rifleman or somebody else can pick up while you're reloading.
Yeah, perfect.
If they need to.
It's your job to communicate your round count, or your percentage through the magazine, and it's your job to communicate, hey, I'm about to reload, reload in 5 bursts or whatever, something like that. And it's the rest of the team's ability or job to be cognizant. Yeah, responsibility to be cognizant of that AR's firing. And then when you hear him stop firing, and I know it's hard because we use, the same round, similar weapon system, but when you hear him stop firing, to pick up your rate of fire in order to maintain that level of suppression. Cool. Anyone got any questions?
Yeah. Is anyone interested in doing full AR training? Because
what would it consist of?
Well, I think the AR in amongst itself, in terms of taking point and such, carries different responsibilities, most of which you have to kind of do by reflex.
Yeah.
And whenever I see other people play AR, sometimes you don't. It's not something that kills the whole squad, but it's something that they'll either ask or they just won't do immediately, and they'll be like, "Why wouldn't you do that immediately?" I don't. So I think
Well,
training
I
to make.
personally don't think that the AR should be the front man. I think the rifleman should be the front guy.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
the
just my
AR is
opinion.
never the front man in a
Yeah.
real Marine.
Yeah. For multiple
formation.
reasons. In real life, the AR, at least up until recently, he used the 249, the Saw, which is an open bolt weapon. And open bolt
Yeah.
weapons are known to jam, and when they jam, they're very loud. So the bad guys will not only see that your rate of fire as a team has greatly diminished, but they also
Yeah.
hear the very loud sound of the round being stuck in the feed tray. You know?
If I
Yeah.
can add to that,
Yeah.
for our purposes, what I've noticed, because part of this, I served as an AR for fire team here in our Echo, and I found that that's really all I knew. And when I went to the TL spot, I found the rifle to be a lot more accurate. And I was kind of thinking to myself that it's kind of a hard time for that AR to be the point man, and
Yep.
you react, like, you see movement and you react to it, and you go to engage it. Your rounds tend to, cone around that target as opposed to be
Yep.
precise. You give away your position, and you're no further ahead. So I can't help but agree. Yeah, as a point person, it's actually pretty darn tough.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's sad to say it, but in real life, your AR is your most important weapon as that team, right? So if contact is most likely to the front, you don't want to put your most important weapon in the spot where he's most likely to get tagged.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Actually, I do completely see what you're saying, Jay. Like sometimes whenever I'll see some contacts in front, and if I'm clear to fire, like I'll fire it, and maybe 5 rounds will hit near them out of like the 50, which that's not because it's just hard to shoot, but because it just cones around them sometimes, and I can see the rifleman being really good on point.
Yeah, it's tough to react, and especially when it's not supported. It's tough
Yeah.
to shoulder it and shoot it accurately. And I found I do offline stuff to kind of practice. I would thought it was me. I mean, part of it was, and then the other part is the dynamic of that gun. And then, like I said, going to this role and then working with this weapon, I found myself to be way more accurate, and then I kind of started thinking, well, man, it's not a good thing to have that dude up front, because it's far better if he can potentially have opportunity to go prone, stabilize the weapon, so put the bipod out, and then start chugging away, and do that from some protection. But that takes time, right?
Yeah. But Rebel, am I right in saying that right now Echo SOP is to lead with that AR, or is that just a team leader decision thing?
So far, I've been saying it's up to your team leader if they want to lead lift. I mean, because obviously having the AR on the front is not going to be best for every situation.
Right.
Ultimately,
exactly.
you want
but having the rifleman in the front isn't going to be best for every situation either.
Right. Ultimately, you want the AR where you're going to be expecting the most contact. Right.
Right. And where the team leader can best control that AR.
Yeah. And as far as the game goes, the accuracy between the two guns, like the MX and the MXSW, the same value. So.
Yeah, in real life, the IAR, the infantry assault rifle, which is being used as a 249's replacement as the team automatic weapon or the squad automatic weapon, is I'm pretty sure marginally superior in accuracy as opposed to the M16. So
and you got to remember,
we're
treating the SW as if it were an IAR, not as a actual light machine gun. So
right, nor should it be. The squad automatic weapon shouldn't be a light machine gun by definition. But anyway, so that's a tangent. I was just using that as an example. If it were TTP that the AR leads from the front, right? Then I could maybe introduce that idea, but I'd ask you guys to teach what the SOP is, being that the AR leads from the front, and that I'd talk with the de facto expert or experts of the group in the AC or whatever, and then we'd sit down and decide what it would be, and then from the top down, the new TTP would be taught. So that way everyone's on the same page. But anyway, so there's roles and responsibilities. You guys got any? This is just for basic fire team. Yeah, go ahead.
Just so that everybody knows, SOP acronym.
Oh, standard operating procedure. I forgot for a second.
No, I'm used to hearing it, but I know that not everyone else is used to this TLAs.
TTP is techniques, tactics, and procedures.
Oh, the way around. Tactics, techniques, and procedures. I don't think about it. What's the TLA?
Be that acronym.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know there was an acronym for. Anyway,
all
right. So,
yeah.
So next is radio etiquette and hierarchy, right? So this is kind of a touchy subject in terms of recent events.
Fuck off.
But
That was really cool.
but
That was fun.
besides the point. That's besides the point. All right. What do you guys know just from around the room? What do you guys know about radio etiquette and hierarchy? What comes to mind?
Addressing.
Okay,
So
so
you-
that's be it on the
Hey,
short range
you.
or the long range. You know, if it serves to declutter the radio, atmosphere, you can throw in stand by for contact report, or interrogative if you're going to ask a question, or urgent or something like that if you're over long range and you got to say it as soon as possible.
Oh no, I was talking about like, hey you, this is me talking.
Oh.
So
Oh, my
if
bad.
I were saying,
Yeah.
Sheddius, Haji, and that would let you know that I'm talking to you and who's
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, it's you, this is me. And that's not necessary in every situation. If I'm having a long, protracted conversation with Rebel, I can be like, Rebel Shed. And then, Rebel responds in turn. And then pretty much after that, we don't have to say that anymore. We can just respond. And then if somebody needs to interject, then they would interject, and be like, Haji Shed.
I do have a
Shed.
question about that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
How much time should go by before you have to, it should just be like when that banter back and forth is over?
Yeah, I'd say it's
Like,
it's just a judgment call. Like if you think the other person is still gonna remember who that is, then you don't have to say it. And then you're talking about like over and out.
Yeah, I mean, like, Sopas told me this before, but he's like, you don't really need to, constantly be saying Archangel Phoenix over the long range.
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
honestly, Phoenix is the only people
Exactly.
Archangels.
Yeah.
Like, those are
So
the only
like
two that are going to be talking
to start
the
off the
channel.
conversation, yeah, you definitely want to. And then maybe when you're talking to air as a formality, you want to. But every time, not necessarily.
Yeah, and I think one of the best metrics that I've seen for it is if you were in a meeting, like a boardroom with a group of
Yeah.
individuals, and you're all talking, how often would you address the individual by their name?
By
to get their
name,
attention?
exactly. Yeah, that's perfect.
If you wouldn't address them by name to get their attention because they're already paying attention to you, then there's no necessity to use that addressing. Hey you, this is me.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's perfect.
So, another thing is keep your messages short, sweet,
Right.
and to the point.
I do that shit all the time. I will give you a story over the radio, right? By the time I'm done, you'll know everything about there is to know about that contact, except maybe what compass direction he's coming from. But like you'll be well informed, and it'll also take you a few minutes, right? A few minutes that you're spent like listening to your radio instead of making sure that you're listening to your guys on the ground around you, which is just not effective, and it's not fair as me, the leader, to be bogging your job and your ears down like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you gotta keep your transmissions concise and to the point as much as possible.
By keeping it short, not only do you not tie up the radio traffic, but you make it easier for the person who you're talking to remember, so that they can relay it down to the people below them.
Yep,
Because
definitely.
if you give them like a 2-minute, contact report, then how
Yeah.
are they supposed to remember that and relay it?
Yeah. Yep. What else do you guys have?
Only team leaders should be using the radio.
Okay, so I don't want to say that's necessarily true.
Yeah, not in every case, but in the majority of cases.
Yeah, so I guess you have to ask yourself, are people's lives in danger if I don't go up to the chain of command? And if people's lives are in danger, then by all means, and if you pay for that later, then so be it, But if people's lives aren't in danger, reasonably so, I got it. Then go up the chain of command, declutter that radio atmosphere, radio environment, and just make everyone happier.
Yeah, I've had to tell people constantly, like, if they see a contact, to just say it over radio so that everyone knows rather than just us, and then I gotta
Right.
repeat it.
Right. But then if it's a contact that's 600 meters away, walking guns down, just a patrol, do you have to scream that over the radio?
No.
No. So you can go up the team leader. The team leader can wait until the radio banter has died down and then inform the squad leader and so on and so forth. That way everyone knows in a timely manner, but nobody is, freaked out, by an alarming contact report for a guy that's 600 meters away and not going to engage,
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah,
just me
sure,
speaking
100%.
freely and just throwing ideas out there. But if we're like in the middle of an engagement and you see contact, you can report it to your team leader, and then he could say, "Okay, I want you to say that over the radio if he thinks that other people should know." Just in case, like, he doesn't have
Definitely.
eyes on that contact.
Right.
It's like,
so
you know where it
he-
is. You can relay the information better than I could.
Well,
He
see,
might
and
not
that's
have
what Dragon
eyes.
has told with me a couple times
Oh,
that I've been point man. I'll call a patrol out, and he goes, "Okay, radio that up." You know, since I'm the
Perfect.
one who saw it, and I'm the one who knows how to say it, or knows exactly how to describe
And not
it.
only that, but your team leader might be busy doing something.
Exactly.
He might be doing a map check or something. If you see it and you're not doing anything else, and he's like, just call it up over the radio, then no harm, no foul. You're actually better off because now you can blame it on the team leader if somebody else yells at you. Well, he fucking told me to do it, so that's why I did it.
Yeah, and some people might yell at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been guilty of that in the past. I think it happens, but then we'll apologize. If your team leader told you to do it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
My bad.
Especially if your team leader told you to.
Yeah.
And then we'll just yell at the team leader, and he's a team leader, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I have no problem with like the team leader telling them, "Hey, say that over the radio," because I'm in the middle of something, or I don't see that guy you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. What else do you guys have? I didn't write down anything for this one, so I'm just spitballing here.
I mean, standard. Make sure your radio's on the right channel. I know there's a couple times I've spawned in on the wrong channel, so.
Yeah, that's sort of BCT stuff. The technicalities of that stuff. We're talking less common sense stuff here, or maybe more common sense but less written down. Anything else? You guys got any questions in general before we move on? Okay, so the next one, and this is the last one for the review section, and this is formations and just general movement, principles. Okay, so as far as general movement principles go, all I really have is 360 security, fire sectors, which are kind of overlapping, and dispersion, right? But formations, Spongy, give me an example of a formation.
Wedge.
Okay, cool. So explain the wedge.
Depending on what contact you're taking, you'll have your AR on whatever side you're expecting contact.
Right.
Then you'll have your specialist on your direct left, and on your back left you would have your rifleman who's taking up rear security.
And that is if your AR and contact to be expected is on the right.
Yes.
Otherwise it'd be reversed. Okay, cool. So what are some benefits, disadvantages of the wedge?
I don't know that. There's not really any disadvantages.
your
Benefits
most important gun on
is
your right.
sporadic.
Yeah.
You're spaced out, and if you take contact from the
Yeah.
front, you're not all getting schwacked by one bullet.
So that goes with the wedge in any direction. The good thing about the wedge is that it can provide for 360-degree protection evenly, right? So you've got, and no matter how you look at it, except from like a few angles, you don't have guys in line with each other as far as in the team, right? So they can take contact from the rear, all turn around and go prone and start firing. Contact from the front, face to the front, go prone and start firing to the left and to the right, right?
Well, left and right, like when the
Yeah,
AR.
kind of, but then that guy can either reposition to the right or to the left to form an echelon, or he can just turn around and provide rear security, which we should always have,
Yeah.
Yeah, but at minimum, you'll have 3 weapons in any direction
Right.
that can engage.
So that's what I should have said, 3 weapons in any direction.
At
Okay.
least.
Yeah, alright, so, Dag, what do you got?
On the wedge or just another
No,
formation?
just, a different formation.
The column.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry, before we move on to the column. So, disadvantages of the wedge. Kind of hard to control, right? Kind of hard to maneuver, it's a little bit gaudy, awkward.
Hard to maintain your spacing.
Yep. If you're the guy on the left or the right and you're looking out to the left or the right constantly, especially at night, you're probably going to get a little bit separated from your group. It's hard to tell when the group has stopped or the group has picked up, right? Because there's no one directly in front of anyone. So that's why communication is essential in the wedge. You got to say, we're moving, and then that's got to be like relayed down the line and stuff. And I guess that's a general movement principle to relay down messages. But anyway, we'll get to that. So, all right. So the column. So Dag, what do you got for the column?
It's basically just 4 guys in the line, and it's good if you're expecting contact from either side, but not really good if you're expecting contact from the front.
Or the rear, right? But what's the principal advantage and the reason why we use it so much?
Tight spaces.
Yep, it's easy to control in tight spaces. It's easy to control in general, and it's fast.
Long
Fast
transit.
as fuck. All you have to do is follow the guy in front of you. You can be sprinting, you can be low crawling. Just follow the guy in front of you, and you'll stay in formation, right? So it's the fastest formation we got. Rebel, what do you got? We'll do like 2 more.
We got the staggered column.
Okay, perfect. So that's just the column, but that's when you've got like if you've got one guy in the front left of the formation, then the next guy behind him will be at the behind him and to the right, and the guy behind that guy will be behind and to the left. So it'll
So
form like a zigzag.
every other
Yeah.
person, yeah, is displaced.
So this is good because it like if you're walking down a road, you don't have anybody in the center of the road, which is good for like avoiding IEDs and stuff. And it also, like cars can pass in between you if you're down with that sort of thing. But it also provides more dispersion between members of a fire team while also allowing you to get close, if you know what I mean. So if you look at a staggered column from the top, if you go like zigzag to somebody, you'll be about 15 meters away. But if you go straight in a line to somebody, like the guy directly behind you, as opposed to the guy zigzagged, so behind you and to your right, the guy behind you will be about 30 meters away. The guy zigzag to your right will be about 15. So you're closer to people while also maintaining that 15-meter spread. So it can be tighter than the column while maintaining dispersion.
And it gives as far as the column versus staggered column, you get the equal amount of side protection because everybody can engage left or right, but you get twice as much front and rear protection.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly right. Okay, and then Haji, what do you got?
The most underused formation, echelon.
The echelon. That can be left or right. What do you got?
Correct. So, echelon is run lead, usually team lead, and then, ready, lead, rifle, or auto rifle, and assistant. Either diagonal to the left or the right, and it's best when you're expecting contact from whatever direction. So, echelon left, you're expecting contact from the left. And it allows you for everybody to be looking forward, and then if they take contact from a side, to automatically all four turn and put all four weapons onto that same base of fire.
Yeah. Perfect. It's sort of halfway in between like a column and a line, if you will, because it's a 45-degree angle off center there. It provides for that front left or that front right area of security. And it gives you, while being able, like allowing your unit to advance online towards an objective, it also allows you to have, 4 times as much firepower to the left or to the right, whichever formation your echelon is in, because your guys are now staggered a little bit in that 45-degree angle. Do you guys need to see an example of an echelon, or you got this? Good. Okay. So I think we only have one left, and I think Apples is dead.
What happened?
Oh God.
Something happened?
What about him?
He had a mini seizure.
Oh, well, I've been fiddling with some of my configuration for my graphics.
Oh, he's cool.
He looks dead. Okay, so
I
Apples.
look dead? What?
You look dead. Oh, there you go. He's back. All right. So you know anything about the line?
The column formation?
The line
Oh,
formation.
the line. Okay.
It's
so the
if
other
you
way.
take the column, but you turn it 90 degrees.
Yeah. So, I mean, I obviously know what it is, but I don't really know why you necessarily use that.
All right, that's fine. Jay, can you help him out?
Lots of firepower to the direction that you're
The
traveling.
front. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, to the front.
Or the back.
Or the back, yeah.
Now, it's not easy at all to control. It's in fact, in my opinion, the hardest
Oh.
to control.
Oh, I see. It's like if you're going up on a tree line and you all
Yes,
take different positions
exactly.
on the tree line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or potentially, like, if you go to attack a position out of a tree line, like you're in
Yep.
bush, in
Mhm.
cover, and you go to emerge out from cover.
Yeah,
But
we
it
do
is,
pretty often.
it is the single easiest formation to control as far as geometries of fire. As long as you guys stay online, nobody will get shot by friendly fire, right? At least from your team.
Yep.
The key is that you, as a team leader and as a member of the team, you look out and you make sure if one of your guys is going too fast or too slow in that line, you slow him down, or you speed him up. But other than that, it's slow, but it's very powerful to the front or to the rear. To the left or to the right, it's a no-go. But if you're in a line, you're probably in the final stages of your attack, and you've probably got some supporting units or adjacent units, to your left or to your right or whatever.
Mhm.
Cool.
What's a staggered line called?
I don't think we have those. Actually, that's skirmishers. And you can have skirmishers to the left or to the right. So skirmishers is if you take a tactical column. Now, I may be wrong about this one, but I don't ever use this one. But if you take a tactical column, right, and everybody just turns 90 degrees to one side or the other, you now have skirmishers. And then
Cool.
that would advance online, right? Just like a line formation, except some guys would be sort of the back tier and some guys would be the front tier. That's useful if you're, bounding by teams, if you're doing buddy rushing, which I know we don't do in Arma because it just doesn't work. Stuff like that. It's a little bit more cluttered as far as geometries of fire go for the line, or then the line rather, because you've got guys, if you're those back two, then you've got some guys in front of you, that are just a little bit in front of you and off to your left or to your right, rather than on a line where everyone's even with each other. So I don't use that one. It's a little too complicated for our purposes.
And similar to staggered column, it's kind of a middle ground between, let's say, an echelon and a column, or a wedge
line.
Column.
Yeah.
The staggered, skirmishers basically, is somewhere between the column and the line, because it allows for that, everybody looking forward, everybody moving forward, spread out to cover a wide area, but it allows for at least two guns to immediately turn to either direction and immediately fire to the flank.
Yep.
Which is why it's called skirmishers, because you're usually shooting forward and sometimes shooting sideways.
So there you go. The skirmishers would be used when you're pretty sure everyone's in front of you, but if in the off chance that there's guys to your left or to your right, or you don't have adjacent units, then you put your guys in skirmishers instead of a line, and you cover all your bases. Perfect. You guys got any questions? So just to recap, we covered the wedge, the column, the line, the echelon left and echelon right, and the skirmisher. Right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's the end of the review section, right? Sorry that kind of ran more than what I wanted it to, but I feel like we covered everything. If you guys don't remember, right, I didn't exactly write any of that stuff down, but I've got like the general step-by-step guideline for the lesson that I'll post, after we're done with this, so you guys don't have to remember all of that, right? Okay, so we already talked about the hierarchical training. Now we've got the immediate action drills. Is anyone familiar with what an immediate action drill is, or an IA drill?
That'd be like what you do when you take contact, or?
Yeah, basic shit like that. So examples of immediate action drills that I just thought of off the top of my head and wrote down here is a contact report, right? So that's a pseudo immediate action drill. It's on a very individual level, right? But I'm still going to throw it in with the rest of the immediate action drills because it's what you do immediately when you see a contact, right? Therefore, by definition, it's an immediate action. You've got crossing danger areas, which is an established immediate action drill. You've got short and long halts, rather. We have reaction to contact close and far. So that's not the contact report. It's used in conjunction with the contact report, but it's actually the physical actions that you take as an individual or as a group, a fire team in this instance, when you see a contact range at whatever range. We've got individual and team or squad bounding. We won't cover squad here. Bounding is just one unit fixes and fires, provides suppressive fire for that maneuver element. The maneuver element pushes forwards towards the enemy. It's not fire and maneuver, it's fire and movement here, or bounding. So one element fixes, the other one moves forward, then that one fixes, and the one that was fixing now moves forward, and vice versa. Then we've got... Alright, so this is one that I sort of came up with because I think we need it, and I don't think we have any TTPs for it. But it's the reaction to casualties and or mass casualties, right? So we can hash that one out together because I don't really have much for it, but I think there should be stuff for it.
Well, we kind of do have that's like a first responder action, right?
Yeah.
That's
basically what you do as soon as somebody gets hit.
Yeah, we have stuff for that. Whether or not people follow it is another question.
Well, we'll reinforce it in the class. Then we've got the HE battle drill, and that can be with rockets, grenades, or hand grenades, like rifle grenades or hand grenades.
Oh, I have a question.
Yep.
Does this class go over buddy teams at all?
It will, but I'm going to do individual stuff first.
Okay.
Then we've got breaking contact, which is a known or an established IA drill. IA meaning immediate action. Even though we don't do it here because it's not very much fun to run away. It is a real thing. And we've got... Oh, that was it. So that was the last one. All right, so we'll start off with the contact report. So what do you guys know about a contact report? What are the two types?
Soft and hard contact?
Yeah, soft and
Yeah.
hard.
Okay, so what's the difference? We'll speed through this. If you guys can get all the answers, we'll just speed through it.
Soft contact, guns down, don't know we're here, not engaging us.
Yep.
Not an immediate threat.
Exactly, not an immediate threat. Doesn't matter what he's doing. He could be guns up shooting the fuck out of somebody else. If he's not an immediate threat to us or anyone that we care about, he's a soft contact.
Better.
What about a hard contact?
Somebody you walk into 50 meters away, and you just raise your gun and start shooting them in the chest.
Yep. If a hard contact is somebody that provides an immediate threat, so much so that we probably don't even have time to issue out a proper contact report. So, all right. So, what is a hard contact report look like or sound like? Bang, bang.
Hey, there's a
There you
guy
go.
over there.
Yeah, exactly. It could be,
Oh shit!
hey, there's a guy over there, or oh shit, in conjunction with bang, 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 in order to protect your life or your buddy's life or whatever, right? Virtual life.
It also
Um,
helps if people just in the general area would call out bearing, like before they even start firing.
If they can, right? Maybe they're
Yeah.
focused so much on their sights that they can't. But like as soon as there's a lull in the action, I mean, if everyone hears shots, they're gonna turn and be like, "What's happening? What's happening?" So, but as soon as the fire dies down, if you can give out a standard contact report, then help everyone out. All right. So
Sometimes it can be difficult. It's just a personal
yeah,
practice.
Definitely. Yeah.
Try to remember what direction you're facing, or like where landmarks are. So, okay, that's north-ish. That's west-ish.
Perfect.
So if bad guys come up north, that's a general 60-degree swath that people can look at and say, okay, we got a general idea where we're shooting.
Yep, exactly. So that ties into the soft contact reports. So what is a standard or a soft contact report sound like?
Called over from subordinate to team leader, or from team lead up to squad lead. Contacts. Usually we say contacts, guns down, just to make sure nobody freaks
Right.
the hell out. Range, direction, or approximate range, direction, and moving right to left, left to right, and if you can give a landmark.
Also the number and type, if you can.
Yep.
What's that?
So it goes contact, number and type,
What's the number and type?
bearing, distance.
So
Landmark.
How many
contact.
people-
Control of
what type
3,
they are.
180,
Contact.
like that.
There you go. So contact
okay,
infantryman, squad size. So the way we did it back in the day was pro word, then disposition. This is from memory. Hang on. Pro word, disposition, contact enemy, then type, then direction and range. Right. So contact enemy, infantryman, front, far. Is your basic contact report, right? That's the first thing I learned day
Yeah.
one, Rebel, Raiders. So that is by no means necessary in any situation, right? Pretty much what's necessary in whatever contact report you need is what, where, and how far, right? So, oh shit, guy left, 30 meters. That's a hard contact report, but it still works. Everyone's going to know what you're talking about as long as, left is left and not like right in my situation. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you guys
But
need
left.
any like
But
further
the-
stuff on? Oh, go
The
ahead.
word contact is always preferred
Yeah.
over the word guy. 'Cause
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But I mean, like, if you're stumbling over your words or whatever, then as long as everyone knows what you're talking about, it works, right?
And don't report every civilian you find.
Yes.
Yeah, but last night the op, I think that was a good example of lead element reporting civilians, since there was a mix of civilians and enemy
User joined your
patrols in the
channel.
same area.
Yeah, if there are like civilians around where we're engaging, then it's good to know that they're there. But don't say oh, there's a civilian 500 meters away to our west.
Right. It's just not
That's-
necessary, and it clutters the
Yeah.
radio if you say it over the radio. Any
It's
any
good to
other
know that
questions?
there's civilians in the area, and it's especially good to know if there's civilians in the area we're engaging currently. But
Yep. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So that's a contact report. So good job. We already covered one. That contact report also, like, the reason why I breezed through it is because it's like your day one. It's your BCT thing. So this is just reinforcement. It's not really initial teaching. All right. So the next is crossing danger areas. So all right, Jay, you are a team leader. In your team, you have Haji, Apples, Rebels, and Dag, or rather, just Haji, Apple, and Rebel. Sorry, it's not a 5-man team, Dag. All right, start like back here by the ammo, and then this is your danger area that you guys are going to cross. All right, so show me how you do it.
Wait, what are we doing?
Crossing
Come
danger
on
area.
back here.
Jay's your team leader.
So say we were in the wedge. Say we're in the wedge, and we come up to this road. I call danger area front. Say Bravo hole, danger area front, and then I'd send.
Here's Spongy, jump out of there. So that is
User
just four
joined your
guys.
channel.
Who's here? I'll probably send my rifleman, the ready, and Armat over. So basically just bound over that danger area. Correct?
Yeah. Go ahead, show me.
All right, so Bravo hold danger area front. Let's get the rifleman and Armat across. And then once
The rifleman and
Okay,
the
so-
armat.
I don't know.
Oh,
Whoever's
just
got a
pick
rifle. And,
Technically, I'm in like the AR.
User
spot.
left your channel.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be
Alright.
the AR in this scenario.
so the two guys on the right, you bound across.
Okay, so Haji and Apples.
Okay. Apples on me. Take right. Set.
Okay.
Copy. All right, Rebs on me. Let's go.
Moving.
Alright, that's good. You guys can bring it back.
Although for this danger area, it sucks because we can't see left or right.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're saying.
But just
okay.
Yeah.
So
Say-
that's
say
good.
we're-
That's why I told Apples to take right, and I turned left, and we both
Yeah.
walked sideways
That was good.
across the danger area.
I was kind of thinking,
yeah.
say this is a tree line, like that we're
Yeah.
in cover and about to go out of cover, so to speak, across a road or something like that.
No, that was good. Okay, so one thing that I would add on to that is near side security. So what you did is you sat here, and you guys weren't able, yourself and Rebel, you guys weren't able to cover anything. So your guys pushed across, basically like alone and unafraid. So what could have happened is, and this is like one of the ways to do it, is you can take, let's say this is your danger area, if you guys will follow me. If this is your danger area right here, right, going left to right, and let's say, like these two parking lots, right, like where the hunters are parked, let's say those are buildings. So like that's good solid cover, right? Then what you can do is you can put two guys, like the first two guys, can post up like on the corners here, like by the red and white light pole, and on this tree line right here, and they're looking to the right and to the left. So can I get Haji and Spongy, you're filming Haji and Apples? Can I get you on that corner and on that corner respectively? Perfect. So let's say, can you guys still hear me, Haji and Apples?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's say these guys.
Over the other direction.
You know,
Apples, cross over the other direction. Like, look my way.
well, you got to think about that, Haji, because what's going to happen when people start flowing through?
Fair enough.
Yep. So you got to think about your geometries of fire when you're doing this, because people are going to walk through. All right. So now you've got guys crossing the left and right that are stationary, right? We're all terrible shots when we're shooting and moving. So now the other two members of the fire team, Jay and Rebel. So now you guys can push across, and you guys can be far side security.
Copy that. Moving, crossing.
I'll take left.
I got right.
Oh no, there's contact.
Perfect.
Bang,
Wait,
bang,
alright, so-
bang, bang.
so-
More set.
Yeah.
Were you
so
meaning for me to cover for us to cover like their crossing too?
So I like what Jay did, because if Rebel, you're on that corner, and Jay, can you guys all still hear me? You guys can bring it in. Okay, so if Jay, you would have lined up on that corner, now that direction, nobody's looking at it. Right?
Right.
That direction's not exposed. So I like what you did, and that's a little bit of last minute like initiative and modification that I like right there. But by the book, it would be like your two guys on near side security, and then the next two guys cross over and become far side
Hey,
security.
can you take those cuffs off me?
Over the radio, then you guys radio that you're set, and then that near side security pulls into the far side security, and you return the patrol, right?
Copy
So
that.
that's one way to do it. That's your most basic way to do it. There's also the bump method, which just for brevity we won't go over, but if you guys want to after the class, then we can, right? All right. So then we've got short and there's also the.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is just me, but if I were to do this, I wouldn't send the people who would be in like the rear of the formation first. Like, I would have me and whoever my buddy is, since we'd be in the front of the formation, right?
Okay, perfect.
I'd
yeah.
have us take security first, like
So
on
the
those
back
bushes.
two would be near side security, and then the front two would become far sides, or rather the other way around. Wait, no, the way you said it. And then that way, when far side security picks up, or rather when near side security picks up, which is the first two, right, Rebel? Then they push up through the far side security, and then the formation of the team is maintained. through
Yeah.
that bump. Okay, yeah, I like it. And there you go. That's just common sense that the team leader applies in the situation, right? The squad leader is not going to tell you which guys to put where. He's just going to tell you to accomplish the action, right? So
Right.
that's a perfect example right there, Rebel. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. Any questions? Okay, cool. Next is the short and the long halt. So are you guys familiar with the difference? Do you guys know there were two different types?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So your short halt is where we're walking along. Hang on, guys, I got to do a map check. Short halt, right? That's like everyone just kind of takes a knee, faces outward, and, just kind of scans in their fire sector, right? No big deal, you're just going to be there for a few minutes. Then there's something called a long halt, which is conducted a lot of times in conjunction with SILS, which is a 4-letter acronym for stop, look, listen, and smell. Now in Arma, we can't smell, right? So it'll just be SIL, I guess, stop, look, and listen. But let's say you just rolled in, or you just landed in a helicopter, right? One thing that you would do right after landing in a helicopter, because helicopters are loud and big, right? They're going to attract attention, is you would get to a covered and concealed position, a tree line or a building or something, and you'd stop, and you'd sit about 10 minutes. And you just wait to see if anyone comes sniffing around where the helicopter landed. If you're in a position to where you can ambush them, great. If not, you can just let them roll by, and they won't even know that you were there, right?
You don't
So
want
the
to get
difference. Yep.
too far away from the helicopter when it lands, because if we're landing with multiple helicopters and you get too far away from the helicopter, there's a
Oh
chance
no,
it could land
this
on
would
you.
be after the helicopters leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, he's talking about after security and stuff.
Yep. No, like what we do right when the helicopter's on the deck, I think looks flawless, dude. It looks really sexy.
Okay.
I wouldn't change that at all. But anyway, so like let's say both of the birds have landed, both of the sticks are out, and you're in the tree line, you've taken your covered and concealed position, and you're now conducting SILS. Because it's a longer halt, right, you can get a little bit more comfortable. So you can break up the formation a little bit as long as everyone's still got a piece of the pie as far as fire sector goes. You can get in the prone, instead of the knee, because we're not going to be getting up anytime soon. And, if you have to check ammo or do any of that kind of stuff, then it's the time to do it, right, during a long halt. So as a team leader, if you want to be like, hey, squad leader, let's do SILS here real quick or something like that, now you know what it is. Now you can explain to him even if he doesn't know. Right. Any questions? Cool. So just to reiterate, SILS can be conducted like whenever you do something loud or something overt. So like you just crossed a big wide road, a big danger area, right? And you conducted that proper crossing a danger area immediate action. You can conduct a long halt to do some SILS in that tree line afterwards, just to make sure that nobody saw you crossing the tree line and crossing the danger area rather, and is now coming to sniff around where you were, right? Cool. All right, so let me check what is next. Hang on, my phone went blank. Okay, cool. So reaction to contact, close and far. So this one's really common sense, and it really should take like 2 minutes. What's reaction to contact far? Let's say it's not a hard contact, but they're engaging you, right?
Pull back, like disengage from the contact and try to move into a position where you could engage them more effectively.
Right. If you don't have marksman, if you don't have like a long range asset, you're in a losing fight. So you need to break contact and you need to re-engage at a different spot to where you're closer, right? Or maybe you can suppress using sort of inaccurate fire, but as long as you can keep their head down, which we know isn't that effective in Arma, but if you can, then maybe you can just conduct that frontal assault using that squad bounding or team bounding or whatever, and close the distance that way. So a reaction to a far contact that is not engaging you is just, oh hey, there's a contact, keep walking, right? Or maybe if your team leader tells you to, stop, right? That'd be dependent on the team leader. There really is no immediate action on that one.
Or,
what about?
I know one thing for team leaders. A lot of the time, positioning your team is important, and where you tell them to move. So if you do see a contact far off, you obviously aren't going to keep walking through an open field because they're going to see you sooner or later. So move to defilade. Now that's a word we use sometimes, and I know some people used it improperly on Friday.
Yeah, enlighten us, dude.
The two words are defilade and enfilade. Defilade means that your flank is covered. Basically, that you have a physical barrier between you and something else, so they cannot see and shoot you. Enfilade means that your flank is exposed. That's my understanding of the word. So when you say get to a defilade, a hillside serves as defilade, a hedgerow can serve as defilade, but it's only soft cover. It only conceals you, doesn't actually cover any bullets from hitting you. So if you saw contacts over there, you'd want your squad walking next to those bushes so that they don't get seen. And that's just a response to far out contacts, especially soft contacts, would be to maneuver your squad so you don't step on some shit.
Yeah, if you guys are familiar with like cones of fire for machine guns, enfilade fire, when talking about like a machine gun position, is when the long axis of your cone of fire or your beaten zone, when the long axis of your beaten zone coincides or nearly coincides with the long axis of your target. If that's your target's front, then cool, or rather flank, then cool. If he's coming right at you and he's in a column, that's still enfilade fire. So whatever your longest axis is, if it's covered, then you're in defilade. If you're not covered, then it's enfilade. What I learned, Haji, kind of dumbs that down a little bit. What I learned is that defilade is anything that provides cover and concealment from bad guy gunfire. Enfilade is anything that provides a position of sort of advantage to bad guys, right? For you to deliver fire from.
Yeah, that's a good simplification of it.
So defilade is good. Enfilade is good. When the bad guys are in enfilade, that is bad. When you are in defilade, that is good. Vice versa, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, okay. Reaction content. What's up? I think somebody started. Oh, okay. Cool. So what do you do for a close contact? Let's say you guys are traveling in a column, and by the grace of Armagod, you now take a close contact left. What do you do? Haji, you're team leader. What happens?
If I'm team lead, I'll call out contact left, swivel and fire, basically.
Exactly, right? So close contact
and engage.
Yep. So close contact, I hesitate to say the phrase, but it's almost every man for himself. Because like it's so close, you have a split second to respond. The immediate action drill for a contact close is to turn your gun in that direction, shoot, and move in that direction. To close with and destroy the bad guy as quick as possible and as violently as possible, so that your guys are exposed and in that terrible position, that kill zone, for the least amount of time.
Hey, Sheddius.
Right? Yep.
If we're moving in a column, and we happen to take contact from the left, I'm trying to set up a teaching moment there. Wouldn't that put your guys on a line, basically?
Exactly.
And you can advance on a line?
100%. So it would be the job of every person in that team to maintain the cohesion of that line, right? To make sure nobody goes too far and nobody drops behind too far. But in the heat of the moment, and if guys are like 10 meters away from you, it really doesn't matter. Just turn in that direction, shoot and move. You know?
Yep.
And then after the dust settles, if you guys are alive, then, you can coordinate, do your ace report or whatever. Okay, hang on, phone went black again. Okay, so that was close contact and far contact, right? So the next one is individual, team, and squad bounding, right? So individual bounding, Rebel, if I could use you as a buddy, goes like this. Now, this is something that I'm just going to show you guys really quick, and something that you guys are probably never going to see again, because it's not used in Armor, right? Okay, Rebel. So we're traveling just you and me in a line, going that way, right? Do you know how to do I'm up, they see me, I'm down? I taught you once, right?
Yeah, I learned that in Ranger Traders.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so contact front, right? All right, so bang, 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 bang. We're both shooting. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Rebel, I'm moving first. Bang, 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 bang. And then you'd be like covering, and then I'd get up and move, sprint forward a little bit, and then get back down. Now, preferably there'd be. Can you guys still hear me back there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So preferably right here, I'm not just lying out in the open, right? Preferably there'd be some kind of micro terrain, a little divot, a little hill, or a rock or something that I can hide behind. At worst, I can just take cover in my belly and hope the tall grass hides me, which if it's against the AI, it won't. So now I've assumed the role of the fixed element, and I now start firing, and that is the signal for Rebel to pick up and move. So
Moving.
bang, 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 bang. Rebel's gonna just move just a few feet in front of me, do the same thing, and then I'm gonna wait. See, I just fucked up. I'm gonna wait for him to start moving, bang, 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 and then I'm gonna move. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, thanks, Rob.
That's they're a lot. The movements are a lot closer together than I would assume they would have been before.
Yeah,
Which is
it's
cool.
really, it's very, very. It surprised the hell out of me too when I first learned it. It's literally I'm up, they see me, I'm down, and as fast as you can say that is as fast as you should transition from standing back to being on the deck.
Copy that. That's
Just-
cool.
There's also the up time see me I'm down thing that this is what I thought you were talking about. The whole I'm up, they see me I'm down thing was when we were in Raiders. Like if you're taking contact and you're not engaging the contact and you're just trying to get out of there, it'd be like you run, you go down, you crawl for a little while, and then you get back up, you run, and that's like if you're in like a shallow ditch,
Yep.
laying down covers you, but standing up doesn't, and you need to get out of there fast, and that's something you could do.
So that works too, but you're not able to cover the guy when you're moving, right? So
The idea
that only
isn't to
works.
cover them.
Yeah, so that only works if you're trying to move somewhere, not necessarily cover somebody.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're
Yeah.
taking too much firework, you couldn't cover them. And
Yeah,
you just need
definitely.
to get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, you guys saw that once. It's probably like not going to be demonstrated, like unless I'm teaching it again, or you guys are probably never going to do it because it's just kind of not used in Arma.
But just to mention, and I know this happened a lot, Spongy, when we had the four of us that would always go out and take towns, we would always use the phrase bounding, and we would use those buddy teams and move, but no one ever looked or shot in a direction that would actually cover anybody. So make sure that, like, if you're just taking turns walking, you're doing absolutely nothing to benefit the team. You have to be covering and actually looking, keeping your eyes open, keeping your barrel pointed in the direction that contact is probably going to be coming from, or
100%.
is coming from.
Yep. If you're playing by yourself, EDW, with no one around you for miles, then sure, do whatever you want. But if you even have one guy there on the ground with you, then your only job pretty much is to cover him while he's moving, and then vice versa.
Yeah, and when you're bounding, make sure that when you get to, like, if you're bounding between buildings, let's say there's an alleyway, make sure you're covering them while they're coming across. Don't just move up to the next corner so that when they're crossing, they're
Right.
not
You
being
can't
covered.
really cover them. You're just covering a different direction now.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember that you're always acting in support, mutually, hopefully, of another unit, be that a person or a platoon. All right, so that's individual bounding. So can I get? All right, so Spongy, Apples, and Jay, you guys are one team, and Dag, Haji, and Rebel, you guys are another team. So decide leaders amongst yourself, but we're gonna do team bounding now.
Douglas, I vote you.
Okay.
Okay, so Dag's team lead, and then who in the left team?
Whoever you guys want. It's up to you guys.
You can go, Jay.
All right, cool.
Okay, cool. So now we got our both teams. So team bounding is just when you take. Oh, hey, I went a step too far. Oh wait, no, I didn't. We did buddy team bounding, so this is team bounding. No, we're good. Okay, so team bounding is combining the I'm up, they see me, I'm down on a personal level, or rather on an individual level, with the movement as a whole of two fire teams, right? So one fire team totally will fix and start shooting. The other fire team will move forward, right? Now that other fire team, when they're moving forward, doesn't have to all get up and move at the same time. If fire is too heavy, they can buddy rush, like Rebel and I just demonstrated, forward while that other team is bounding. And that way only one or two people are moving at one time. Everyone else in the group is firing. And that way you've got a unified wall of lead going towards the bad guys. Alright? Alright, so for like training sake, so that like we don't shoot up the airport, like we can just do a quick dry run here where you guys just say bang or just say set moving or whatever, and then we'll take it out to the field right across the street for the actual run after.
Or if you take the
talking.
magazine on every gun, you can go.
How do you take the
How do you
magazine
do
out?
that?
Oh, you
Literally
go to-
just go
open
into
your inventory and then, just
pull the magazine away.
See, that's just too complicated.
And you can actually visibly see that there is no magazine in the gun either. So
It won't shoot now.
yeah, watch out. Some of you may have chambered around already. So
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, don't shoot deer in the barrel.
It didn't
That won't go
activate.
off.
We're good.
It won't go off.
All right, cool. So let's start over here by the big glass doors, and then we'll bound about 100 meters back to the street.
There you go.
Did anybody else hear that?
My team leaders, right?
Okay, so I'll be squad leader for this event. J-Dag, you guys are my team leaders. Let's say you guys are both online, right? Both teams, and like we know bad guys are like within 100 meters of us.
We're online, so online.
So
Yeah.
online.
So both your teams put them online. Now, dispersion for this one is going to be like
Alright, move
non-existent,
over a
right?
little bit.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that so much because this is just a mock run. But just remember, so team leaders, it's going to be your job to say, Alpha, I'm set. Or, hey Jay, you'll be Alpha, and Dag, you'll be Bravo. So team leaders, it's going to be your job to communicate with that other team leader. I, as a squad leader, will interject when necessary. But I'm going to be doing other shit too, remember. So do as much as you can on that team leader level.
Bravo, Alpha, we're set.
Cool. So,
Alpha, Bravo, we're set.
awesome. So, alright, so it's good that you guys are set. Now you're taking contact from the front. So I just ordered squad, we're gonna bound by teams front 100 meters. Go. Alpha, you're starting off.
Alpha, Bravo, we're moving.
With me. I'm up. They see me. I'm down.
Okay, so Bravo, right now you're shooting a lot, and looks like Alpha's set. Now you guys are moving. Remember to communicate.
Moving.
Bravo, Alpha's moving.
Copy.
Now that necessarily doesn't have to be over the radio, right? That can be
Moving.
just to your
Alpha's go.
teammates. So there you go. See what Jay did. Bravo, you know that Alpha's moving because you just stopped hearing gunfire from Alpha's direction. So now that you hear gunfire again, you can pick up and move. They don't necessarily have to clear the radio by saying set. But what you have to ensure is that all your guys within the fire team know that you're picking up. So that way
Alright, on
no
me,
one
guys.
guy
Let's move.
is stuck like 15
I'm
meters
up.
behind
They
the
see me.
formation.
I'm down.
Shit. It's so hard to film and do this at the same time.
And that's perfect. Look, so that if that happens, if who's that spongy, that's perfect. If you happen to take like a short bound, then just get up, do I'm up, they see me, I'm bound again, and get back down, right? And remember, all of this is going to be done in
on
conjunction
me.
with like finding cover.
I'm up. They see me. I'm down.
So Jay, right now your team's getting a little bit staggered, like offline. So you got to remember, like the next time.
I'm trying to film at the same time. That's why.
Oh, it's all good. So next time, Jay, like tell your guys to go normal speed and like you slow down maybe,
Okay, copy that.
right? Or maybe tell them just to bound
Alright,
up to you
moving.
or something, right? Yeah, sorry. You guys keep going while I'm talking.
Alright, guys, on me. Let's
See,
try and get a
your
line.
guy went way too far forward. So next time, you gotta like tell him
I'm
to
up.
stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dove too, so my guy like flew forward.
Yeah, that happens. That happens when you take guns out of the VS.
Alright,
Alright,
we're
so that's
moving.
perfect. Yeah, so no, you guys are good.
Stop. Okay.
Alright. Alright, so you guys get it, right? So team leaders, it's on you. It's also on everyone else in the team, right? But mostly on the team leaders to rein in your guys, make sure they don't get too far in front, too far behind, and that dispersion is good. Don't worry about dispersion here, right? Because we're tight, but you know what I mean. So you guys got any questions? Thanks, man.
You know what? Actually, I really like the idea of it being a shorter run. In ARM, I'm very used to kind of making them really long runs.
Yeah.
And I typically get pegged.
Yeah. Now this is only like when the situation allows, right? If it's a wide open field, then maybe just sprint across the field, you know. But if you've got like a bunch of trees, you're moving through a forest, then by all means, you know, bound through trees. Or if it's like a rock field, then bound, you know, rock to rock, or something like that. You know, that's definitely on the team leader's discretion.
I like it.
Now,
Any questions?
question, Rebel, you might actually be the one who knows this better. AI, AGM, whatever we're running on the server, do they
Good
respond to suppressive fire?
Yeah. Will this work?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
Okay,
Like,
guys.
I'm fairly, but I do know for a fact that AI suppression is in the dev branch right now. So the next update
Ooh.
might have it.
What?
Yeah, they edited it in with the marksman updates. So
Cool.
it
Alright,
might
it's going
be
to
in
end
the
up being
next
vanilla?
update. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I'm not wasting your time, but there's a 50-50 shot that I totally just wasted you guys' time and you won't be able to implement this at all, right?
Well, at least till the marksman update in April.
Well, I don't think the AI stuff is part of the marksman update, but I'm not sure.
No.
And like I'm thinking, like it might come out in the next Arma 3 update. Is what I'm
Alright,
saying.
so Rebel for well, do you guys have any more questions? Cool. Okay, so Rebel, for this next one, which is reaction to casualties, I'm gonna let you talk. What do you know? Alright, I
If-
just
if-
let's say sorry, I said I was gonna let you talk and then
Killing and scaring.
All right, so Dag, Apples, and Jay, you guys are in Rebel's team, and I just dropped dead. Or actually, Dag, you're out. So it's Rebel, myself, Apples, and Jay.
So
Okay,
Douglas dropped dead.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just step out. Okay, cool. So Dag just dropped dead. What happened?
He
Oh,
died.
that's really good.
Well, that
That's
means
really
we're taking
good.
fire from someone.
Well, now he's dead, so now I don't
So
have
yeah,
to care,
where
right?
would we be
Well-
taking fire from though?
I'm just
Um,
going to pretend that he's not dead and he's a
yeah.
casualty.
There you go.
He's just passed out.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say you're taking fire from.
Is the medic in
from-
my? I mean, the
from
CLS in
front.
my team.
From the front?
Yeah, let's say Apples is the CLS.
Okay,
All right, but
well, we
remember,
need to-
so
Okay, so I would say, engage the contacts, pop
Yeah.
smoke.
all right,
Engaging.
so your first job is to engage those contacts. So Rebel, remember, you as a team leader, you're a fighter leader, right? So you got to get online and engage those contacts too.
Yeah, and then I would tell someone to throw smoke.
Okay, cool. So bang, bang, bang. We've obtained somewhat of fire superiority in conjunction with our adjacent units, right? We've now concealed our position, obscured our position. All right, Rebel, what do you do?
And then I would tell the CLS guy to pull the casualty back.
Good. So this is
Behind
before
cover.
treatment has been rendered, right? We're trying to get him off the X. So step 1 is fire superiority. Step 2 is get him off the X.
Try hitting C, Haji.
You
Or
don't have
apples.
to carry him. It doesn't matter. Let's just say he was in the field. Now he's in the tree line. Bam. What do you do?
And then I tell my guys to pull security while the CLS treats the guy.
Perfect. So
Bungie, you
that's
got
it.
that ragdoll on video?
I saw it. So step 1 is
Step 1 is
Engage.
Fire
uh,
superiority.
kill who killed
Right.
the guy,
exactly, or at least get his head down so he's not killing anyone else, right?
and
So
then
step 1, fire superiority. Step 2,
conceal yourself if you can,
Right.
or it
Obscure
depends on
with
the
smoke.
situation.
yeah, or maybe just keep shooting. Step 3,
Pull the casualty behind cover.
get him off the X. Then step 4,
Security.
Security.
right, and then step 5.
Let the CLS do his thing.
Right, perfect. Questions?
Seems more or less basic.
Actually, yeah. In a situation where you're responding to casualties, does Ultimate stay on the ground, shift from team leader to CLS? Does he become the guy who calls the shots, or does team leader still maintain full control?
So, Rebel, that's an interesting question. Would there ever be a situation where the CLS would be like, we can't move this guy, we have to treat him now, or he's going to die?
That wouldn't be the CLS, that'd be a medic thing, but
So it really wouldn't happen, because the medic isn't going to be called in until you're off the X.
right. The CLS doesn't get anything like special.
Right.
Most he gets
He's
is,
just a rifleman with some medical
Yeah,
gear.
he gets like some epinephrine, which he shouldn't be using unless he absolutely has to, and some saline bags, which he shouldn't be
Okay.
using unless he absolutely has to. So he pretty much just has more bandages.
Okay, cool. So I would say, and I don't know if this is TTP or not, but I would say ground control still lies with that ground commander, that team leader.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't be able to think of a situation where you wouldn't be able to pull the guy back. I mean, this is
Yeah, me neither.
like real life, where if you move him, he's gonna die. So
Yeah, but you guys have like 2,000 hours on Arma, and I have like 200, so I'll just defer to your opinion. Alright, so that was really basic, and that is just one casualty, and that is one fire team, and that is not in conjunction with supporting or adjacent units, right? So if you kind of tweak those factors up, it's going to get increasingly more complicated, but that's outside of the scope of the class. And you guys can sort of common sense how that would work as far as like coordinating with other units and handling more casualties. But more casualties, actually, Rebel, is what I was wondering about. Do we have SOP for that? For
lots of
like,
casualties.
yeah. So like, you're in a squad, you're in a platoon, right? And no, let's
It
just say
gets
you're in a
completely
squad.
schwacked by a
Yeah,
random
the-
Humvee that shows up.
Bam.
Yeah.
The machine
So
gun.
you're in a platoon, and the whole first squad just got wiped out. What happens?
Probably be best to pull back.
Okay,
Like,
so
are they dead or like incapacitated?
you don't know. Nobody's answering on the radio.
User left your channel.
I guess then you would maintain your
Kermit's gone.
hold your position.
I'm pretty sure he's doing D&D.
Oh, okay.
You would hold your position and just try to engage contacts. Depending on what the contact was, if it was like a mortar, then I wouldn't really. I would try to move out of there because someone's got a line of sight on you and they're calling you mortars. So if you just stay there, stay put, then you'll probably get schwack next.
Right.
Next. So, but if it's like infantry took them all out, then you might be able to, depending on what your situation is again.
Okay, so
maintain your position and take out those guys.
there's no real immediate action drill, but it sort of follows the same like 5 steps that we listed.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you can get to them. If not, then you might have to break contact and say, we'll be back for you later.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to risk more guys by trying
Exactly.
to capture someone else, especially if you don't know if they're still alive or not.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. So, that is reaction to casualties in a nutshell, right? You guys got any questions?
Nope.
Alright, so just to reiterate, those 5 steps were fire superiority, obscuration, off the X, 360 security, and let the CLS do his thing.
Does anyone know if those body bags disappear?
Those are their body bags?
I really hope they do.
Yeah. I don't know if they disappear or not. Guess we'll find out.
Nope.
Yeah.
Alright. So, no questions. Then the last 2, the HE battle drill. So, for grenades, for rifle grenades or hand grenades, right? Not really so important. At least not in armor, right? And we're not doing any breaching stuff, so we're not going to talk about that.
Well, as far as grenades go, make sure you tell somebody when you're going to throw one.
Yeah, so that's about it. So
I've been killed by one before.
I've been killed by a bunch before, and they're usually mine.
And
No,
be
I'm not-
careful
I'm not
when
even,
trying
like-
to pass them through a window or a door frame. They don't
I'm not
always
even
go where
talking,
you think
like-
they will.
Somebody accidentally threw one. I'm saying, like, well, somebody threw a grenade where they thought contact was, and it turned out to be friendlies.
Yeah. So pretty much for hand grenades or for rifle grenades, it's just, hey, 40 millimeter out. Spongy has the habit, which I like. He gives you sort of a countdown, right? So he's like, hey team, 40 millimeter out in, 3, 2, 1, and then everyone hears a thump, and they all know what it is because he was counting them down. That's cool if the action isn't so frenetic. Maybe if there's a lot going on, he could just be like, hey guys, 40 millimeter out. And then, something like that. And the doop is the grenade shooting out of the barrel. You guys can't tell. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Doop.
And so far, team leaders that I've seen, at least when Spongy runs TL, Douglas, you've run TL a couple times, and Dragon are the team leads that I've run with. They tend to do a really good job of calling out, like, all right, guys, I'm putting HE down range. So
Yep. And you
we
should.
all know.
Yeah, everyone should know. Just like when Kaz comes in for a gun run, nobody should be surprised. That should be said over the radio beforehand, right? Kaz is coming in for a gun run. Watch out. Keep your head down. And then what happens when that team leader says that 40 millimeter is going out? Common sense. Get your head down. Maybe not look right at the explosion if it's pretty close. Same with hand grenades, right? So if he's saying frag out, everyone sort of maybe takes a second to orient themselves as far as where that frag grenade thrower is and take cover accordingly, right? Now, with a rocket launcher or a missile launcher, it's different. You've got backblast to worry about. So all that requires is either the RMAT just handling business by himself, just, hey, clear backblast, or rather, he would just turn around and be like, clear left, clear right, backblast area is all secure, and he fires, right? If the threat is imminent and dire, he doesn't have to rely on anyone but himself. If he's got time, then he can be like, clear backblast, and then everyone will be like, what? And then they'll know to not stand behind him, and then somebody can graciously be like, your backblast all clear, dude, you're good to fire, and then he'll fire, right? That's also the team leader's responsibility. If he knows he's in a spot where he might have to use that RMAT soon, he's going to want to put his team in like a line or something like that where the RMAT is sort of the outlier and he can be used, at a moment's notice without having to clear that backblast because the formation already puts guys out of his backblast, right? So all the immediate action for a frag battle or for a rocket battle drill in Arma, in real life you got like hot and cold positions and you've got like gun drills and stuff like that. In Arma, all it is clear backblast, make sure your guys are good to go, and team leader watch out like what your RBAT is shooting at as far as like target progression goes, like maybe shoot the tank before you shoot the Ifrit. Question?
To be fair, double targets doesn't come up very often.
Yeah. And maybe like the helicopter should be called in if there's a tank. But yeah, so any questions?
Oh yeah, and Spongy knows after seeing me fuck up a couple times with RMAT. Don't shoot something really close.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that just comes down to the RMAT knowing his weapon system, right?
Yeah, that's something that like I'm an AR guy by trade, not an RMAT, so that was difficult for me.
Yeah,
There
another
was one
thing is,
time I blew up an entire building, though. Like, an entire apartment building. Just
It wasn't even an apartment building. It was the fucking corner of the entire block. Like,
Another thing
everything
is
just
you have to-
shattered. It was horrible. It was like a nuke went off.
I took a top down from about here to Rebel, and
He's getting saluted.
Wait, you did a top-down attack?
Dude, it just
you need-
the video's gonna be up later on this weekend.
When you do a
Yeah.
top-down attack, you need to give it like
Yeah.
15 meters of clearance at least.
no, but,
Yeah.
like it literally took off, went straight up, and almost straight back down, and the building that I was taking cover behind was gone.
Oh, and just a note, when you guys, if ever anybody goes to become a TL and you start using the HE grenades, do you realize the blast radius is like twice the size of that of RGO grenades, so don't fire at close range. There's a reason why you can't sight that thing lower than 50 meters.
I didn't even know you could cite it. No one's told me shit about team leading yet.
page up and page down.
You haven't been given the training yet, Daggers.
Yeah, page up, page down on
In
that
due
thing.
time. We're still figuring out the finer details of that.
And this class
Daggers-
doesn't, like, it's outside of the scope of the class.
to be a TL yet.
Are you done?
And it's outside of the scope of the class to teach, like, specifics of the weapons, right? That's up to the training for that specific role. But it's good to know as a team leader, and it's what you should know how to do the job of everyone under you, right? That's just a basic leadership principle.
Yeah.
Okay, so questions with the battle drill? Like I said, in real life it's more complicated. It doesn't have to be that complicated in Arma. Nor should it. Okay, cool. So last one for the night, right? Yay. Is breaking contact. So can anyone walk me through breaking contact?
So,
It depends on the situation, doesn't it?
well, basically the same way that you want to advance on a contact, that you never want to advance on a hard contact uncovered or unsupported, you never want to move anywhere with a hard contact unsupported. So the
Perfect.
way bounding works towards a hard
It's just
contact,
bounding in
you're
reverse.
just doing backwards. Yeah. So
Perfect.
you're instead of advancing on, team is just going to peel away.
Perfect.
Alternatively.
The saying goes that movement without fire or movement without cover is suicide, and then cover or fire without movement is a waste of ammo. So if nobody's shooting or if nobody's moving and exposed, you don't have to cover. But if somebody's moving and you're not being covered, then you're gonna die. Right? So that follows that flows into breaking contact. When you're breaking contact, you want to bound in reverse, right? So you want one unit fixed or one element fixed. The other element can then bound backwards, then turn around, shoot. That forward element now can pick up and become that movement element as they bound behind the fixed element, and so on and so forth until you're far away. The actual order to break contact is done at the team or the squad level or whatever, and it would go squad, break contact west 200 meters. And that would essentially, if you're breaking contact, it's probably a hectic situation, right? So that one clear order tells the team leaders, tells the buddy team members that they are now going to be bounding in reverse for the next 200 meters in a westernly fashion, right? So if right now we're starting, let's say we're in a line, we're taking fire from this direction being the north, and then it's too heavy, and I'm like, team, break contact south 100 meters. Then, let's say we're already shooting right here, and then, me and who's that? Apples will be the base of fire for right now, and then Haji and Jay, you two pick up and move behind us.
Alright, Haji, I'm
Bang,
moving.
bang, 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 bang. Give me a heads
Set.
up when you're set. Bang. All right, we're moving.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, whoops.
Oh god. Bang, 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 bang. You guys need to move. Bang,
Moving.
Moving.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang.
Set.
Bang, bang, bang. All right, moving.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh Jesus.
My bad, that was my bad.
Bang, 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 bang. Bang,
Moving.
bang, 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 bang.
Set.
Perfect. All right, so that's great. We're
Be
I
sure
was
to
just-
smokes, don't worry.
Yeah, I was just firing
Okay.
in the last round.
That's perfect. So, that's basically all it is. It's just bounding on whatever, on battalion, company, platoon, squad, team level, just in reverse. For a
Good
certain
lord, a whole
direction.
battalion moving at once would be impressive.
The fucking ground would be
To say
shaking.
the least.
Oh god.
Watch out. That was an accident, sorry. Is
I
everyone
love
good?
how alarmed you were after you threw it.
Yeah, he was like, watch out.
I was trying to
Nonchalant.
select grenades, but it wasn't showing me, like, it's not showing me that my grenades are being selected.
You have
You
to
have to
hit
hit seven.
6 and then Control
6
G.
or 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys get breaking contact?
Yeah, I got you.
3 stages.
Alright, so if you guys want to, right, we can push out into the field, like right over here, right across the street, and do some prac app. If not, we can just call it here.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so
Yeah.
do you guys want to do it like where's the best place to do it?
We
can
can
do it-
either go down the tarmac.
Yeah, we can go down the
That
runway.
would
That's
give
what I
us
was thinking.
Directional. Yeah.
Alright.
And
Let's
as
set
long
up.
as we go away from the helicopter.
Yeah, let's head down.
Fucking doors.
Did we want to take a truck or walk?
Not really. We can just walk.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Phoenix, this is the voice of reason. Over.
Copy for voice of reason. I'm not listening to you anymore.
Please don't kill the helicopters.
Yeah, let's go east, west, east, on the
East.
tarmac. We'll take a Sheddius left. Yeah, don't throw grenades around the helicopters. Even smokes, because you might accidentally throw a frag.
Alright, we'll stop right here, guys.
So are we doing like a 3v3 or what?
Where is everyone?
They're over there, like one face.
Where is everyone? You guys. Alright, hang on, we're going to you. Meet over here, close to the runway.
Hey, we got a pretty good line going on right now.
Yep. Yeah, we do. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So, Spongy, as long as you're comfortable with all of this, you can sort of stand off to the side for the remainder just so that you can film, right? If not, you want to join in, that's totally cool by me. Alright, so we're gonna split up into the same teams as before, I guess excluding Spongy. I'll be a member of that team.
Nobody shoot the guy who's not holding a gun.
No, we're not gonna be shooting. Or, I mean, you guys can shoot, I guess, since we're moving off into the water. But it won't be necessary for this one. First one. So, this first one is going to be a team crossing a linear danger area. The danger area is going to be the runway. The team is going to be Rebel, Dag, Apples, and Haji.
Okay.
Alright, so, Rebel, your team lead. You guys are traveling from in a staggered column from a northeastern direction, moving towards the runway. You guys are going to hit the runway, call out that crossing danger area, or prepare to cross danger or whatever, and then, do your thing.
Hold up,
This
what's
on-
going
on-
on here? Everyone's
on
getting a
team
little
lead?
messed up here.
Yeah, Rebel,
I'm
your
team
team
lead.
lead.
Okay, guys.
Or
go
unless, decide amongst yourselves. No, go ahead. Decide whoever you want.
Rebel, your team leading.
ahead. Okay.
And so it shall be.
Staggered column. Who's got an AR? Alright, Haji will be second.
Oh, alright. Okay, so you guys are just casually patrolling. No need to run up to the tarmac. Let's say you guys are in the trees right now. You guys are in the forest. Alright, and then you see a road. Uh-oh. That's an area that exposed where you have no cover for a protracted period of time. So what happens?
Okay. Well, I'll go to the edge of the tree line. Haji, stay with me. I'll watch left, you watch right.
So, Rebel, in this situation, you gotta remember, let's say you're acting as part of a squad, you have to call it out to the rest of the squad, right?
Alright,
Oh, no. You don't have to. I'm just saying, you gotta, keep this in mind. This is what you would do. And then, remember, the guys in your team may not know to stop, right? So you gotta say, hang on, we're crossing a danger area here. So. Alright, so, keep going. Yeah.
Call out to the other squad. Fire team Alpha crossing danger area.
Okay, so it would go something like this.
Alpha 1.
Go ahead.
Let's say, for all intents and purposes, Rebel is 1.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have clarified that.
So you mean 1 alpha?
So that's your face.
Go ahead, alpha.
1 Alpha stopping up here. We got a danger area. We're going to bound across.
Copy that.
Alright, and then you would order your team to, start that danger area crossing.
Okay. Clear left.
Clear right.
Alright, who else is with me?
It's should be you and Dag.
Dagless and... Oh, Dag's the only other person I got.
And Haji. Oh, no, you should have. Okay. No, Apples is in there. He's just standing over here.
Alright, Dagless and Apples go ahead and cross. We'll cover you.
Moving.
No, we're not transmitting.
Oh, you guys that are crossing want to move as fast as possible because you're not in cover.
Set. We're set. Copy that. Crossing.
Passing.
Passing.
Alright, form back up on me. Staggered column.
Perfect. So that's for a team. For a squad, it'd be different. You'd coordinate between the teams, right? But we can cover that later. Good job, Rebels.
Let's go back.
Thanks, man.
Go for Playmo.
Alright, Jason.
Do I get a gold star?
You get a platinum star, bro.
Oh boy.
I made a crown for my penis out of the gold stars I got in art school.
Okay. Oh, God.
That's actually the only thing you could do with an artist.
Okay. Jay, your team leader. In your team, you have who didn't go for that last row?
Spongy and you.
Okay, well,
I think that's
Spongy's filming. So
I'll
Jay.
take part in this one again.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
cool.
Jay.
I'll do this one. I'll do this one.
Okay. Alright, so Jay, Spongy, Haji, and who else?
You?
No, I don't want to be.
Dag,
Okay.
I'll do
Quit
it.
it. Okay,
Alright,
so
let's go
Jay,
here.
Haji, Spongy, Dag, and Haji.
Let me take
Right.
rear.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so stagger column, and just, who's an AR here?
Haji.
Here.
Alright, cool.
Now, Jay, feel free to mix it up. Throw some tweaks in there. If you're familiar with bumping, you can bump. Maybe you don't want your guys to cover the whole danger area in one bound, so you can order them to stop halfway and go prone. Maybe there's some rocks in the field or something. I don't know. Switch it up.
Yeah. Yeah, be the rock.
Rebel, you're a rock.
I'm the rock. I'm doing Johnson, guys.
Rebel is a cluster of rocks.
Oh Christ! I didn't know my gun was loaded.
I was in Doom.
Holy
Alright.
shit!
Know your
Gotcha.
role and shut your mouth.
Alright, cool. So say we're advancing, so we're walking up.
Haji.
Earplugs,
Bravo,
grenades, ammo.
So danger area front. Myself and
How'd you move up?
DNR will take the road. I got left, you took right.
Yep. Got right.
Alright, reset, so then the other two guys can just bound up to the rocks there and we'll go past it.
10-4, good buddy. Sounds good. I got the right.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're the rock. I forgot about that.
Spongy went too far.
Know your role.
I forgot there was a rock.
They look like rocks. How are you gonna forget?
Copy move.
What is Jay doing? Jesus.
Just for fun.
We're
Nice.
over here now.
Alright, let's
Perfect.
form
Look
back up.
full.
What happened to my gun?
Rebel and Apples make good cover.
Yeah.
Huh.
Excellent.
Good sir.
When you don't have a mag in your gun, pressing fire doesn't raise your gun.
But when you do have a mag in your gun, pressing
No.
fire
It'll raise your gun.
Yeah, kills people.
Charges a bullet.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
no, because
so-
like I'll put where's my mags? I'll put like the mag in my gun, and then I'll lower my weapon. But if I press fire once, it'll raise my gun. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's
That's why
already
I
like
raised my
10
gun.
o'clock. I'm trying to speed through this. Okay, so that was Crossing Danger. You guys fucking nailed it. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I
So
forget
next
your
one
East Coast.
is let's do some reaction drills, right? So it'll be a close contact from the staggered column. That first team that I called up, you guys are gonna patrol up to the tarmac. I'll call out a contact left or right, and you guys react in turn. You don't have to shoot, just click or bang or whatever.
Gotcha.
And if you guys are cool with this, then we'll only demonstrate it once. No reason to go with everything. If you guys want, if not, we can go twice.
All right, team, go
Alright.
ahead. So you guys are just patrolling up, all casual like, and contact left, close.
Contact left, close. Bang, bang,
I was not aware we were using live rounds.
bang, bang, bang.
It's just more fun.
Alright, so remember, with a close contact, alright, if it's close, you guys are gonna push through that contact.
Oh, that's right.
What do you mean?
So you're gonna
get up
Yep.
and move and fire at the same time.
at the same, because it's so close, this is like within 50 meters.
Isn't it harder to move and fire at the same time though?
Yeah, but it's also harder to get hit, and it's easier to engage a target that may be occluded by trees or foliage if you're right up against them, as opposed to trying to shoot him from within the kill zone when he's got an
I
obvious
feel like
advantage.
that might work in real life, but not so much in armor.
Okay,
Because
You
like
guys-
the AI is like super accurate.
that's true.
We aren't.
Are you guys in like a general consensus?
Yeah, I mean, if we were to pull that shit on an AI, he would take us all down, I think.
Okay,
Wait.
perfect.
I do
Think
though,
bunker,
I think that moving
Sheddius.
to cover.
Yep.
I
'Cause-
think moving to cover is a good idea.
Because they don't
though.
give
we're
a
out in
shit
the
if you're
open-
shooting at them.
Because yesterday
Yeah.
I was playing, not yesterday, like the other day, I was playing with somebody, I can't remember who, I think it was Kermit, and there's this AI in a tree line, and we were like moving from tree to tree trying to get up to him, and like, I must have been like 20 meters away, I couldn't see him, and he was like, he kept shooting at me, I had no idea where he was. Like, they can
Alright.
see your shit, that's really
So-
annoying.
So that's good. So that's one of the things that I talked about that may not be pertinent in armor, right? So don't worry about it. Next time I just won't talk about like pushing through the contact, because you guys are right. AI like doesn't care if you're running towards them. They're not going to get scared and drop their guns and run away. They're just going to kind of keep shooting, and you're just going to be a bigger, less accurate target as you move closer and closer. So totally understand. Thanks for the heads up, Rebel. All right. So that actually saves us time, because a contact far is pretty much what you guys did, except you moved backwards. But you already demonstrated that you know how to move backwards. So do you guys want to try breaking contact? Like on a larger scale, we can do it like by squad.
Yeah, sure.
Live ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So line up online with me on the tarmac facing east here. So
You're not transmitting. You gotta remember when you go to use your radio, you have to let go of your push to talk for a second or two before you
I
start
thought I
using
did
radio.
that.
You went so...
I guess I did.
There's like a delay when you let go of your push to talk. For when it actually...
All right. So how many guys do we have in there? Spongy, you mind being on this too?
So am I over
shoot.
here? Or...
Oh, I'm just trying to separate you guys.
That-
I just want Alpha on the left and Bravo on the right.
Man, this is really weird not having a mag.
Am I alpha?
Yeah, Rebel, you're alpha.
Yeah, we're
'Cause-
separated.
Because Bravo had like some of the same people in it that Alpha did.
All right. So who's in Bravo? So like Bravo, come over here.
Basically, I'm Bravo, because we borrowed guys.
Oh, okay. So Dag and Haji.
Bye, Haji.
Here, Dag, you command this one, though.
Bye, Haji.
You too.
Okay.
Hey, Haji, come to Bravo.
Bye, Haji. Bye.
Hi, Haji.
Okay, cool.
Hi
So
there.
Dag, you're in charge of
Good to
Bravo.
me.
Yep.
Okay. And then Rebel, you're in charge of Alpha?
Right.
Okay, cool. So you guys can spread out, online, get like, 10, 15 meters in between you guys, I want like 50 meters in between the teams. Maybe 25. Let's say 25 meters in between the teams, but maybe 10 to 15 meters in between the guys in the
Do it
teams.
that way then.
That's good.
Alright, so we'll practice bounding front and breaking contact, backwards. Alright. So the first one will be bounding front, so I will attach myself to Alpha for this one. Hang on.
What the hell are you guys doing?
What?
Keep moving.
Okay, Alpha Bravo, are you guys set?
Yeah, we're set.
So you gotta
Cool.
Alright, so as a squad, we are patrolling online, right, for whatever reason, and contact front. So you guys go and start shooting. Alright, bang, bang, bang. Okay, my bad. I should have maybe told you the situation before it became too hard to hear. Sick. Alright, so contact front, bad guys, about 100 meters away. Squad, we are bounding by teams. Alpha, you're leading us off. Go.
We're pulling back, right?
No, we're bounding forward.
Oh, okay. Let's move, Alpha.
So you guys are shooting now. Clear to move up. Remember, team leaders, you gotta communicate with each other.
Bravo set. Alpha's moving. Alpha set. Bravo's moving.
Reloading.
Bravo set. Alpha's
Bravo,
right.
take a double bound. Alpha, hold. Bravo, take another bound.
Hold. Okay, Bravo's moving.
Alpha, you're good to move short bounds.
Copy. Moving. Alpha set. Bravo's moving.
Let me get up and take like 3 or 5 steps.
Bravo set. Alpha's moving.
Bravo, keep your guys together.
Alpha set. Bravo's moving.
Come on.
Bravo set.
Alright, ceasefire. Alright, so let's bring it in.
Something I noticed was that like I just decided to tell my guys to take like 5 steps every time instead of just leaving it up in the air.
Yeah. That way they know when to drop instead of waiting for you.
Yeah.
I heard that. Okay, so what do you guys think?
Yeah, it's really hard to
I
stay
mean,
online,
we could
but
use some
Deb, I like
work
what
on
you
that,
mentioned.
but I could see that being effective.
Okay, so I definitely don't think that just running out in the middle of a field will help us, right? But if we're doing this in a tree line, if we're doing this like in a rock field or something, I think it can be highly effective.
Like on
Yeah, and I
parallel
think that
tree
these
lines.
have
Yeah.
the way that we end up setting the EDWs. That's a lot more mout than it is, maneuvering
Open
like that.
field, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
the way the ops are set up, I could see this stuff, being a huge difference maker in the success of our ops. So instead of coming back with, half the platoon and maybe getting our main objective, we might be able to completely eradicate the enemy and then move on to a second objective.
Yep. I agree.
By using these.
How is everyone doing for ammo after All
I'm
of that
out.
was.
Oh yeah, I use a lot
Yeah.
of ammo.
I'm the AR. I'm good.
That's
Well, it doesn't matter. If you run out, you can click. You know, it's just
We
notional.
would
Although I
actually
really
be
do
shooting
like
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah. If you guys heard, there were several spots where a team was moving and the other team was either like talking or reloading or, you know, not firing for any reason. That's death for that moving team, right?
Mhm.
So all that comes down to is practice, right? As a squad, coordinating the teams, you know, like as a team leader, coordinating your team members' rate of fire and their ammo count, right? That's just practice.
I was
But
just
for a
gonna
first time,
mention,
that was
like,
great.
I was just gonna mention, like, because if we start using this and become a little bit more suppressive than we typically are,
Yep.
Ammo might become more of an issue.
Yeah.
But
it's cool because how often do we run out of ammo now?
Right now, not that
Like
often.
never, right? Yeah, so it'd be cool to. I mean, in my opinion, I think it'd be. Oh god, he's dead.
Did somebody shoot him?
All right, so step one, fire superiority.
He
right?
just passed
he
out.
might be wounded. Yeah, sorry, I hit the F button by accident
Yeah, I got
in that melee, and I
Okay,
lost
Takes
vision
grenades.
security.
Oops.
The,
All right.
east.
So let's say so nobody shot him, right? So he's just in the middle of the open, and there's no feasible cover. So I'd agree with you guys. Just treat him
I've got
right here.
epi.
Don't like huff him 200 meters to the closest tree line.
I'm just gonna get him up.
What's that?
I've got epi.
Oh, an epi. Okay.
All right. So Spongy, it looks like Spongy's taken over his command. Apple's post security. Or taken over as like the medical guy.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
Spongy, if you or you know for anyone that's doing CLS, if you're gonna step in and take control of the situation, be vocal about it. Be like, hey, I got this. Go on security. And that way you don't have two guns looking at the body when they could be looking outward facing.
What am
security.
I? I can't vote the stuff and the listen. What am I supposed to be doing? Hold on, give me a second. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get him up.
Well,
Do you guys hear
you're-
that sentence? What am I? I can't vote this stuff.
Douglas, I'm
and
gonna put
listen.
my mouth on your mouth. Hold still. That was CPR? Oh, apparently I'm giving him CPR. Just,
He also has a
Yeah, there's no good CPR animation.
yeah, I think I'm giving him CPR.
Yeah, and you'll just sit there for a while and just wait.
What am I?
That is literally what came out of Spongy's mouth.
I can't vote the stuff in the listen. Oh, I'm not quite sure what's happening. CPR. Oh, he died.
Oh god.
He's not dead.
Is he dead? No, he's still alive. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna give him saline.
It's fine. This was all my bad.
Yeah, he needs saline.
It's all good.
I hit the F button by accident, and
Fucking.
The very last thing that we have is the breaking contact prac app.
Never do
We'll get that out of the
CPR,
way,
man.
And then we're done. I'm sorry, guys. This was supposed to take like 45 minutes, and it's like 2 hours later. So
Did
my
you already
bad.
give him an epi?
Yep.
His heart rate's still really low.
Well, I
It
only
doesn't
have
work
one
right away.
epi.
It takes a
Oh, okay, I got
a bit of time for it to kick in.
And I gave him 1750 saline because he lost a lot. Why can't I?
17,
Yeah,
15, okay.
saline also takes a little while to kick in. So you might be
Yeah,
able to-
give him a minute. He'll get up.
Do we just want to kill him and like
I'm
ask
just
him
gonna
to
put
run
his
back
head
here?
in between my legs and sit on him like an egg until he
Throw some-
Are
hatches.
you in the medic slot, Spongy?
No.
Is anybody in the medic slot? CLS or medic slot?
Shed mentions everyone's just gonna kill him, and like 2 guys immediately pull up the.
Is anybody in the CLS or medic slot?
Douglas, your mouth is moving. It's really creepy.
Is he in between my
I'm
legs?
neither.
I can't. I want his butt. I want my butt to be where his mouth is. Oh, it's moving.
No, I'm giving him CPR just for the hell of it.
CPR needs to get fixed. Yeah,
Being
you enjoy
unconscious
that
needs to
butt.
get fixed.
Oh,
Alright, Haji, execute that cock shot. Bam.
The last thing I saw were 2 guys with pistols just staring at me.
Alright, so Alpha Bravo, go ahead and line up. We'll wait for Dag to come back. Oh, hey. Oh, never mind. Go ahead and line, go and line up, guys.
You're gonna need
We'll
a
wait for
body
Dag to
bag,
come
right?
back, and then we'll do breaking contact, and we'll be done.
Hey, Dad, can you run back over here?
make rebel, not
Yep.
war.
Thanks, man.
Alpha, left side of the thingy. Same place as before.
I think somebody might be joining.
Nope.
ATV.
Shoot out the tires.
Don't shoot
Oh,
him.
come on. Is he in Bravo? Yeah. Okay, Rebel, line your guys up.
Why
Get
did
my
you
guys,
shoot
get
me?
mine back up.
He told me to.
They were being dumb, Dag.
Alright, for this one, I'll attach myself to Bravo.
Sponge, you want to get in
Hey,
formation?
guys.
Apples too.
Hey, Dag, come back to Bravo.
I had no idea you moved.
Okay, team members, or team leaders,
We're
spread your
getting
guys
in
out.
line.
Alpha, if you could come towards Bravo a little bit, you're a little too spaced out.
Get to my right, guys.
And team leaders, remember to keep dispersion between your guys about 15 meters.
How's this?
It's fine. In a situation, like, it's situation dependent, right? So we're in a wide open field. You guys can be like 150 meters away. We can still see you and we can still support you, right? So I'd say that's good.
I thought this was a tree line.
Well, you're in a tree line, but we're in the middle of a field. For right now,
Okay.
we're in a tree line. Anyway. Alright, so stand by for your situation right here. Okay, so squad, we are patrolling online, right, for whatever reason, and I will soon call out a contact report. The contact will be far, and he will be engaging us, right? We're gonna start shooting, and then after we've shot for a little bit, then I'm gonna give the order to break contact. It's gonna be about 200 meters to the west, right? So that's our position of advance. We've advanced from the west. And then we're gonna just do that bounding in reverse. And then I'll tell you which team's
you
gonna
wanna
lead
switch
off
places?
or whatever. You guys ready?
Thanks.
Alpha's good.
Cool. Alright. Squad, contact, front, 500 meters, enemy infantrymen. We're being engaged, so go ahead and start shooting. Squad, on my mark, break contact west, 200 meters. Alpha, you're leading off. Mark.
Roger. Remember 5 steps, guys.
You don't have to walk, you don't have to run backwards, and your bound's gonna be a little bit farther since we're trying to run away.
Gotcha.
Alright, so let me see.
Alpha set.
Remember, team leaders, to communicate to your guys and ensure that they know when you're moving and when you're stopping.
Bravo is set. Copy that. Alpha's moving.
Let's take
You don't have to move backwards, you can actually run, like, forwards, while we're covering you.
Filming.
Bravo, you're good to move.
Bravo's moving.
Remember, team leaders, you're talking to each other on this, you're not necessarily talking to me unless you
I
have
said
to.
set, right?
Yep.
Bravo is set. Copy that. Alpha's moving.
It'd be nice if my character raised.
Alpha set.
Alright, Bravo's moving. Bravo's set.
Okay, Alpha, be advised, you have just taken a casualty. You have a tree line about 25 meters to your left, which provides you with cover and concealment. What do you do?
Copy that. Popping smoke. Bravo, we've taken a casualty. Popping smoke. Need cover.
Copy. I'm gonna pop some smokes too.
Apples, you're the casualty.
Bravo 1, be advised, Alpha's taken a casualty. Increase suppression to provide cover for them.
Copy that.
Can I carry somebody who's alive?
bring your casualty into the cover.
Alpha's moving.
Apples, just step up and back up. Just back up a bit.
Bravo, on my mark, we're gonna start bounding to the left in order to close the distance with Alpha.
And we're good.
Hey, time out real quick, ceasefire.
Hey, do you guys know like how to bound to the left? Maybe. You guys got any ideas? Yep. Oh, Haji. So they would cross behind us, and we just kind of be like a snake moving over to the left. Perfect. All right, cool.
I'm thirsty.
I'm hungry.
I need to get something to drink after this.
We doing
Go back to the
AEW
pew
stuff?
pew.
What? Pew pew guys.
Alpha, commence your bound to the left, 50 meters.
You mean Bravo?
Right.
No, you're bounding by team.
We can pretend that you're the CLS Spongy, and
I
you're...
meted him.
Okay, time out.
What?
I meted him already.
Alright, so,
Okay. You're alive.
time out. So, alright, so, here I kind of threw a monkey wrench into the plan. Can, Alpha, can you hear me? Or Bravo? Whoever Rebels team is?
Moving to you.
Okay, let's bring it together for a second.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew.
Alright, so,
Spongy,
I
does this
threw...
look like a church to you?
I get it. Pews, it's a pun. Okay, so I threw a monkey wrench in by ordering Alpha to bound to the left, right? So
Bravo.
all that involves is, oh, whatever, you know, the team on the right. So all that involves is having, like, if you're on a line, right, and you're going to move to the left, then your right two guys are going to pick up and move behind the guys on the left, and then the guys on the right now are going to pick up and move behind the guys on the left, and so on and so forth, until you guys make it the distance that the squad leader prescribed, or the team
As
leader,
an entire,
right?
like, as all four of us would move
Negative.
at once.
No,
Negative.
that's not bounding.
Because,
If all
well,
three moving
that
at
is
once,
bounding,
it's not
but that is bounding as a squad. If you're bounding as a squad, then the two teams are acting as separate elements. If you're bounding as a team, then two buddy teams are acting as separate elements,
Okay,
right?
yeah, that's what I thought. I just got a little confused when we were
Yeah.
about to move.
Well, that's a situation where you can definitely bring the question up, right? Like before you move, bring the question up. But if you don't have time, or if you don't know, or if you just want to like take the shot, then like think about it. If Alpha is like engage or working with the casualty right now, they're in a fixed position. They can't move. So Alpha will not be moving, and therefore Bravo has to make the movement on their own. So you have to divide your team, Dag, into fire and movement, because Alpha
Okay, yeah,
can't
I
help you
got
out.
it. I got it if we want to do that again.
Yeah. Okay, so let's retake our spots again, and then we'll do that one more time. Bravo, you guys or Alpha, you guys are doing good from what I've seen.
Alpha team is best team.
Hell yeah.
Is he still like dead casualty or injury Like he's dead, right?
Hey, Shed. Is my casualty still incapacitated at this time?
Let's say you're working on him in the tree line. So you did the fire superiority, you did the obscuration, you moved
Right,
him off the X, you've got your 360 set up, you're just working on him, and we're trying to close the distance to you
just
to help you
lay
out.
down. Yeah, there we go.
Copy that. Alpha set in the tree line. We are medicing our casualty. We'll try to cover you best as we can. Over.
Roger
Copy
that.
that.
Okay, so let's go
Usually
back to
there's
the
another
pew. Let's
man,
just
so-
pretend the smoke is up. No need to throw smoke grenades. And then,
Usually there's another guy
Bravo,
firing,
commence
yeah.
your bound to the left.
Yeah.
50 meters to the left.
How'd you know?
Set.
Alright, we'll pick it up.
Am I playing dead or am I playing Spongy's finger in my butt?
What's the difference?
Alright, this will be the last bound right here.
We're set.
J Haji fix after you guys are done moving.
We're set.
Alright, and stop.
Oh my god, I'm overrun.
There's too many of them. There's bunnies everywhere.
Oh my! There was a bunny running right through our powwow earlier. Whenever we were doing our training, I took some screenshots of it. It was
fudge?
right.
Smoke.
It's got
Okay,
the
so I
balls
just felt
on
like
it.
let's move over here.
Oh, here come the frames.
Okay, so I just felt like throwing in that monkey wrench. I don't know. I feel like in that situation, I'd want to position Bravo in a spot where they were sort of acting as a shield for Alpha, since most of Alpha was going to be like in a 360 and not actively participating in the gunfight. You know what I mean?
Well, and how often do we see that kind of stuff happen on EDW and Ops? Like every fucking time?
Like all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, every single time. Someone goes down and a team is left kind of open to cover all their bases.
Yeah. So I definitely think that's something that like we should try to implement. But right now, you guys saw it. I think Dag, like you did great. Like the questions that you asked were valid ones, and you executed it well once you were given like proper clarification. You know, Rebel, you were doing great with the casualty. I saw everyone in your team was like either on security or like working with the casualty or whatever. So, and the casualty, of course, you did a great job of being a casualty, whoever that was. Good job, man. All right, so that covers everything. Do you guys have
I
any
have one
questions?
question.
Yes.
Sorry, just and from an EDW. You know what? Really, it was an EDW thing more from the last map. But I noticed that when we do EDW and we form up into 2 fire teams, we'll typically walk down the road. Walk down like an urban road, one team on one side, another team on the other side. And I find what happens is that you'll end up with like offset intersections. So you'll end up with like on the right hand side there might be an intersection to the right, but it'll be solid to the left. And the team that's on the left tends not to pay much attention to that intersection at the right, and vice versa. Does that make sense? Like,
Yep.
I'd almost say like
It doesn't make tactical sense, but I know what
No.
you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I was wondering, like, is there a better way to do that, or maybe?
Well,
Yeah,
this is
be
what
on the same
100%.
this is what we talked about in the past, right? Like the team on the right needs to like let the team on the left know, hey, I've got an intersection here.
Yep, it's all
And then
about
the team on the
communication.
left will hold off,
Yeah.
and the team on the right will go in and check around the corner and be like, okay, it's
Like
clear.
if 2 teams are moving up and there's it's a T-shaped intersection going off to the right, all that the teams have to do is, hey, squad, hold up. Alpha's got an intersection here going off to the right. We're gonna bound across. Alpha does that danger area crossing. Alpha gets across. Alpha is now far side security, while Bravo stays as near side security. Bravo gets across. The squad keeps rolling. It's all about communication.
Copy that.
Anyone else got any questions before we wrap it up? Any comments about the class? Anything that you feel like isn't pertinent, like maybe could be modified to be more Arma-y? Anything about like the way I taught it that you guys think could change?
I liked it all, man. That was great.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Like I said, like I'm gonna post up like the guideline sheet. It's just a little notepad document that I used as a quick reference guide. And that's it. I hope you guys had a good time.
I
That was slick.
I need an outro for the video. So does somebody want to do something?
Wait, please don't kill me. I'm black.
Oh, I figured.